And here we are with another beautiful reveal from James Gunn. This time it is a striking image of Superman and Krypto, also known as Krypto the Super Dog, Superman's best friend. Where's that Jimmy Olsen? No, wait a minute. It's Bebo. I don't know. Lois Lane made a pretty good best friend for Clark. Then there is Lana Lang. Well, for sure we know Batman ain't his best friend, especially according to Zack Snyder. But you know, a really good friend I'd like to see him team up with is Wonder Woman. You can imagine the babies they would make. Whoa, I need to focus here. Well, let's get back to this beautiful image. On the surface, it is nothing more than a haunting, beautiful pic of both Superman and Krypto hanging out, which is something we see with so many other people with their pets. Except the difference here is these two are hanging out on the moon or an asteroid or something in space, and they're gazing at the Earth together. For me, this gets me more excited for the movie. And it says this is going to be a fun ride of a movie. So why don't you come sit down next to us and watch for yourself, and we're going to show you how much fun a Superman movie can be. And in typical James Gunn fashion, there is tons to unpack in this photo. For starters, even the story behind how Krypto got incorporated in the film is quite interesting and heartwarming. As Gunn was writing Superman, he ended up adopting a dog. Apparently the dog never really had human being interaction, so when he took the dog home, it was quite problematic for him to try and train this dog. And he kind of goes on to explain how the dog wreaked havoc in his place, even destroying his laptop. And that kind of inspired him to kind of shape the movie more with Krypto in mind. And I think one of the big ideas that came to him was, geez, my dog here, the amount of havoc he caused in my place, imagine if he had superpowers like Krypto. So I guess one takeaway for the photo is that how people have to take their dogs out for a walk because a lot of dogs have lots of energy that they need to spend. For Superman, he can't just take his dog for a walk in the park. He has to take his dog into space and walk around the world or whatever, or fly to the moon and back just to get his dog out there. So I think that's kind of a neat idea thinking about it. Like, can you imagine? You're like, because sometimes you talk to people that have pets and they're like, they take their dog out 3 times a day. You imagine Krypto that, has all this energy and you gotta take him out to space, take him to Apocalypse or Gondor or Eternia. Yes, I know I just said a He-Man reference, but my point is, can you imagine the amount of high maintenance a dog like that would be? I guess you gotta be a Superman per se. And this is just another variable that I like seeing James Gunn connecting to Superman. He's connecting in many ways as a fan growing up in it, a fan of the genre, but also he's connecting through his love of animals and what way to connect with Superman and him and us through Krypto. Now, I'm sure Krypto is not going to be the Jar Jar of this movie. I'm sure Krypto's not going to be in the movie in as much as, like, say, Rocket Raccoon, but I'm sure Krypto throughout the movie will have some type of significance, and it'll be just to show us the heart of Superman, the heart of the movie, just seeing Krypto. And I'm sure Krypto will have some fun comedic elements. I know the naysayers of James Gunn will say this will be for just cheap thrills and cheap laughs, as a lot of people say that's kind of his humor, that he's a one-trick pony. I don't know. I don't see it that way. I see more range in James Gunn as a filmmaker and as a writer. I don't know. If he's a one-trick pony, he can only do a specific thing, then you got to say the same thing about Zack Snyder. He sticks to what he's kind of good at. Dark, dour movies. And super long and boring. I'm only kidding. I actually enjoy Zack Snyder's movies. As I was saying in relation to Gunn, I see a lot of heart in his movies, and I see it more than I see just his humor and his wacky sense of humor. I'm looking forward to seeing this dynamic. You want to see your filmmaker making these movies connect to these characters in whatever way they can. So if he's connecting through crypto, imagine what else he's connecting. What I'm really seeing from this pick is that this movie is going to be wholesome and hopeful. People want a superhero who is actually a hero. Imagine that. I understand a lot of other people may not share this opinion. To me, this is some of the most fun of getting excited, anticipating a movie, the speculation, even some of the negativity and the skepticism and the criticism, because we don't know how this movie's gonna come off. We don't know how well it's gonna do. We don't know how it's going to unfold, and that's actually pretty exciting for me as a fan. I know for some people they just want to see it fail. That's fine. It may fail. For me, again, I've said this and you've seen it in my other video, I am kind of a Superman dick rider. I'm always hoping Superman succeeds in every venue, like on TV with Superman and Lois. I love the fact hearing people that enjoy that. I also love that people like Smallville. Personally, I never got into it, but it doesn't matter because it's another meaning of Superman, and I always hope to see Superman succeed, regardless what people think of it, regardless what happens with it. I'm not saying that I'm just going to accept mediocrity, and I'm willing to accept whatever they throw at me. If the movie is legitimately awful, I'm going to say it is, and I'm going to push back on that, but I'm still always gonna be, at the end of the day, like Johnny Lawrence said to Miguel in Cobra Kai, I always will have your best interest at heart, and I always will be in your corner. And I always feel as a fan, I think fans should always hope to have Superman's best interest at heart. Of course I'm rooting for this Superman to be good, but if it's not good, I'm gonna say so. That is not to say that this is a flawless photo or teaser. To be honest with you, I was surprised with the breed of dog that he went with, and maybe I'm so ingrained with Crypto being a Labrador or kind of like a generic white dog. I'm so used to seeing that. I'm not crazy with the look, but that just might be just preference. I think actually the dog they chose in the Titans show is a lot better looking dog. It's a dog I could see more as Superman, or even in our animated Crypto movie. I like the look of that dog, so I was kind of expecting Crypto to look more like the classic kind of lab looking dog, or white shepherd husky, or I guess non-spotted Dalmatian. And by no means, I do not have good knowledge of different breeds of dogs. It's not my place to say anything. But anyways, I kind of know what Crypto has looked like over the years, kind of ingrained in me. And that's kind of how it is. It is kind of hard for us as fans seeing, especially these characters represented on the screen. You want them to look as authentic as they can be. My last video talked about how I really wanted Lois Lane to look as close as possible to the comic character that is depicted for me growing up. So the same would be with Crypto. So I'm not really crazy with the choice that he chose. You know what? Turk's dog would make a better looking Crypto than the shaggy Crypto that James Gunn selected for this movie. You put a cape on his dog, he's already got the collar. You just put the Superman collar logo, put the cape on there. I wouldn't be surprised if the Turk's dog would fly away. You know what? At the end of the day, I've said this even with this new Superman suit. Yes, it's not the ideal suit I would have went with, and I understand all the criticism. I am more interested in the essence of these characters being captured more so than the comic book accuracy at the end of the day. So if Crypto and Superman incorporate the Superman how I see it and what I love about Superman, probably will enjoy this. At the end of the day, these are subjective opinions. For me, I don't understand, after seeing this teaser, how could you not be excited seeing Crypto and Superman together? This is on the big screen. It's a big moment seeing that, but then again, and so was seeing Batman and Superman on the screen for the first time in Dawn of Justice, and we know how that has ended up because We are now talking about a reboot in Superman. There's some crazy irony to all this, isn't there? Also, Krypto is an alien, just like Superman, who's human-like. There is some differences and variations.
But it's not from this world, Clark. And neither are you.
And the same would probably apply with Krypto, who's dog-like, but is different. So do we really need to be that nitpicky? That's what we do as fans, don't we? I am now going to go a little further into actually what I take away out of it is much more in-depth than just Krypto and Superman appearing together. It's much more deeper meaning than just even James Gunn and his love for his dog. It is a deeper meaning when you see the two, Krypto and Superman, facing away from us, staring at the Earth. It is that they are Earth's greatest protectors. They are watching the Earth. They are watching because this is their adopted world. Part of the story of the Superman movie is heritage, and this photo totally symbolizes that. He's sitting on the moon or whatever you want to think he's sitting on, and he's staring at it in wonder. This is kind of like Superman. We are awestruck in Superman, and we see in this photo, or how I take it, him and Krypto are awestruck in this beautiful world that they call home, this precious place that they swear to protect with their life. That's what I'm taking away. And also the homage that you can just see in this photo just to All-Star Superman. There is a panel where you see Superman and Krypto sitting on the moon staring at the planet. You know, at the end of the day, he's inspired and awe-inspired by Earth and its beauty. Also, the homage to wars, I'm pretty sure this is not by mistake with James Gunn, where this is just my take. With the Richard Donner classic Superman, we see shots of Christopher Reeve Superman flying and smiling in the camera. Well, to me, this is kind of a wink at us, like we're not staring directly in the camera, but we're in front of the camera and we're winking at you, looking the other way, but we're staring at Earth. That's what I'm taking out of this, and I think it's pretty cool. And I gotta say, the more I look at this image, the more I'm getting used to it, and the more I'm liking it, just like the previous images I've seen. And even the shaggy Krypto, I'm kind of getting used to it. I'm starting to grow on me. It's not going to matter until we actually see him in action and Krypto doing something spectacular and heartwarming, probably at the end of the movie. That's when we'll know if this was worth all these changes. But until then, well, let us know what your thoughts are on this new Superman image. Does it get you more excited? Are you looking forward to seeing Krypto joining Superman on the big screen for the first time? I suppose the next thing to be dropped is an actual proper teaser poster. And then I'm pretty sure by the end of the year, we're going to get our first teaser Superman movie. So for this movie has a lot of pressure on it, but it's kind of fitting for this whole new universe constructed by James Gunn riding on Superman.
If you want to see more videos like this, help us out by subscribing and liking our videos. And of course, we would love to hear your feedback in our comment section. But wait, there's more. You can also watch us on either Rumble and Odyssey. For those who prefer podcasting audio experience, you can find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Heart Radio, Audible, and Amazon Music. We appreciate all of your support. Until then, stay vigilant and stay away from all those soy boys.